Hello everyone. So my name is Kelly Cluthy and I'm going to be your instructor for human nutrition. Just looking at the roster, I did see that I had a number of you this past spring for human ecology, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again this summer. For everyone else I haven't met yet, I am really looking forward to getting to know you as well. I just want to quickly point out, you should have been notified by now that this first week is online. I do apologize for that. I am a teacher as my day job, so I don't just teach here at Baker, and I'm going down to Texas with my high school students to do some marine biology stuff. So I will be back in time for week 2. We do have a little break between week 1 and week 2. You're welcome to email me if you have questions over week 1. Just note that I do have very limited internet access until the 27th. That's when I return from my trip. Alright, so the goal of this video is to just introduce you to this course. We'll go through the syllabus and then we'll talk about what you are expected to do for week 1. All right, so syllabus. Again, my name is Kelly Cluthy. You're welcome to just call me Kelly. My contact information is on the syllabus. My email, I do try to get back to emails within 24 hours. Again, this first week or so, I am going to have some very limited internet access. I do apologize for that, but I will try to respond as soon as possible. If you do need to get a hold of me for any more urgent reasons, you're welcome to give me a call or text me. My cell number is here. I do go to bed fairly early, so if you call me past 9 or whatever, there's a chance that I will not answer. All right, so human nutrition, the goal of this class is to talk a lot about the fundamentals of nutrition and how it relates to growth, human development, and the maintenance of good health. We're going to try to make this as relevant to your lives as possible. So we're going to be focusing a lot on what you are currently eating, ways that we can improve it, and some of the impacts that nutrition has on the human body. All right, so textbook, everyone should have access to by now. If you are struggling to get into the online textbook, please let me know as soon as possible and I can help you go work through that. It is part of the Baker 360 program, so you don't need to buy anything. You should already have access to it. All right, so assignment overview. This is basically how the class is going to work. Every week you are going to have a selection of learning materials. They'll typically be in a folder associated with that week. They may include articles, videos, activities. Some of these things we'll be looking at in class. Other things may be assigned as part of the homework, but anything assigned to that week will be in that learning materials folder. Each week, you are going to be writing a public commentary. You are going to make one post by each Sunday evening to the Moodle forum. So there will be a forum every week. These commentaries should be about a page long, so about 450 to 500 words or so. And they should serve as a reflection on the learning materials for that week. This includes anything in the learning materials folder as well as the assigned textbook readings. So I'm looking for assessing the strengths and limitations of the readings or the articles or the studies or videos or whatever else is in that learning materials folder. Looking for you being able to draw some connections between the readings and materials from not just the assigned week, but even previous weeks. And also talking about what this information does to enhance your understanding of human nutrition. There is a small grading rubric below, and you can see how I am going to be assessing these. Again, they're going to be due every Sunday by midnight every single week. So the week 1's commentary will be due, since we have that extra week in between, that Sunday before week 2. And we'll talk about why I'm making that due on Sundays here in just a second. But the commentaries are a way for me to make sure that you're keeping up with the classwork and engaged in the material. You're going to get 10 points per commentary, so since there's going to be 5 of them, that's a maximum of 50 points through doing these 5 submissions. Okay, so you can read the rubric on your own. It's also going to be posted with the forum every week too, so that information will be available for you. All right, so the reason why I'm making these due on Sunday evenings is that my goal is for you guys to get in there, read each other's commentaries. They are public, and we will use what you write about to spark discussion over some of these topics in class. So that in class the following week, we will have some responses to commentaries in person. My expectation is that you read those commentaries for your classmates prior to coming to class, and I will be listening into the discussion, making some responses, and you can earn up to 5 points per week for discussing this material with your classmates. All right, the other thing that we are going to be doing every week are these reflection responses. These are going to be responses based on assigned videos, readings, other learning materials. They should be a minimum of 500 words in length, and they should also be a little bit more formal than the commentary. Okay, so the commentaries are informal. They are used to spark discussion in class. The reflections, you can think of them as little mini essays. They are not public. They are going to go straight to me. Your reflection should contain your thoughts on the assigned information for that week and should not be a summary. Okay, so each of these responses should be, are worth 10 points, so you should get 50 points total for 5 different submissions. If you summarize the material, it's going to be an automatic 3 out of 10. Okay, so I'm looking for you to expand on this information and go a little bit above and beyond what we look at in class. All right, so quizzes. Each week there's going to be a 30-point multiple choice quiz at the start of class. So this is something that we will be doing at the start of each class period. Those of you who had me for human ecology, I'm changing this up a little bit. They were assigned just as homework in the previous course. I decided this time around just try doing it in class to take some of that burden off of you guys. So your first quiz will be at the start of class in week 2. Your final research paper, this is going to be due week 5. It should be a 4 to 5 page research paper covering some sort of topic that you are interested in related to nutrition. So I am looking for a minimum of 5 peer-reviewed scientific articles to go along with the information in your text. So I am looking for thoughtful analysis, critical thinking, and original thinking. So if you have an idea, please shoot it by me an email. I can give you some feedback before you start writing. We'll also talk more about the final research paper when we see each other in person for week 2. Okay, so grading criteria is down below here. So commentaries, again, you'll have 5 of them, 5 group discussions in class, 5 responses to me, and 5 quizzes. Adds up to 375 possible points for the class. And you can see the breakdown here of how that aligns to the grading scale. This other stuff, you guys are all capable of reading this. This is all pretty standard Baker things. If you have any questions or concerned, please let me know, and I'm going to jump over to the week 1 stuff for you guys. All right, so week 1 is going to cover chapters 1 and 2 in the textbook, and it's really going to be about an introduction to nutrition and parts of the diet that make up a good, healthful diet based on your needs. I do have some learning materials posted in this folder. So for this week, and on top of the reading for chapters 1 and 2, there are 4 short video clips. These are only a couple minutes long from different news broadcasts that relate to the topic. And there are 2 short activities. A lot of times we'll be doing these activities together in class, but obviously since this week is online, we aren't going to be able to do that. So I am hoping that you are able to accomplish these 2 activities on your own. These things can be used for your reflection or your commentary, and we are going to be discussing these things in class during week 2. So the first activity I'm assigning you guys is to calculate your daily nutrition recommendations. This is a link that you'll go to. You'll enter in some of your general information. And then what I'd like you to do is choose 3 days in which your eating habits are typical. Usually a good way to do this is choose 2 weekdays and 1 weekend. You're going to keep a journal of all the foods and drinks that you consume for those 3 days and estimate how much of those items that you consume. So this website will give you a breakdown of what nutrition pieces, so what vitamins, calories, fat, proteins, etc. that you should be trying to aim for. You're looking to get between 80 and 120% of these requirements over a 1 week period. There are some things that you can think about, reflect over, that might be good to write about for your commentary or your reflection. If you're eating something and it doesn't have a nutrition label, so like a lot of times meat, so if you eat like chicken breast or whatever, just doing a simple Google search will pull up a nutritional label. So if you need to look up that information, just searching that food item and nutrition, and Google is really good about spitting out nutritional information for you. The second activity is to either, if you go out to eat somewhere, look for the nutritional facts for the meals, or you can also look up this online for a lot of at least chain restaurants. And what I'd like you to do is to plan a healthful meal from that restaurant's menu based on what you've learned this week. So you can discuss this in class when you come back. You can write about your reflection, your commentary, about whether or not it was easy to find healthful options. You should also talk about maybe would you be likely to order those healthy options at the restaurant? Why or why not? Okay. So once you do the 2 activities, you watch the short little videos, you read chapters 1 and 2, then we can start doing the commentary and the reflection. Remember, the commentary is public. You guys are going to be reading each other's responses here. It is a forum. You don't need to comment on each other's stuff. You'll be doing that in class together in week 2 when we have our class discussion. Your reflection, this is through Turnitin. It's a little bit more of a formal writing exercise, and I will be the only one viewing it. The quiz, we will be taking week 2 in class. You do not need to do this beforehand. All right, so I am looking forward to seeing you all again in July 9th is when we actually see each other next. I hope you all enjoy the end of your June and have a good 4th of July. Please let me know if you have any questions, concerns. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Have a good one.